Hello and welcome to Investment Vitals. Well, if you were an FTX customer, just like I was, finally there is some light at the end of the tunnel. We might be approaching closer to getting some of our money back with the Chapter 11, which is the bankruptcy court proceeding going on. Now, you would have received an email just like the one on the screen, like the one that I received, asking FTX customer to file their claim by September 29, 2023, 4 p.m. US Eastern Time, which is a couple of days from now. So let's hurry and move ahead with filing our claims. I was looking online for step-by-step video for filing the claim, but I couldn't find any quality video. So I decided to make this video to help people just like me. Well, before we move ahead with the step-by-step process for filing FTX customer claim, let us look at some important information. First of all, please do not fall prey to many phishing attempts that are going on. People are trying desperately hard, the thieves to steal your money. So please be careful on noticing that these are the only two emails from which you will be genuinely getting emails in this context. It would be either from ftx at noticing.ra.kroll.com or ftx digital at restructuring.pwc.co.uk. Recently, I have not received any emails from pwc.co.uk. I have been receiving email from the email listed first here. So I presume that most of the email correspondence going forward will be from this email. Please carefully note the domain name should be ending with kroll.com. kroll.com. Otherwise, please be very cautious. It could be a spam email or a phishing email trying to rob you of your money. You could also be receiving an email from pwc.co.uk, but please be very careful in proceeding with any emails from any other domain name and avoid clicking email links on those emails unless you are extremely sure of. Also, very important thing to note is that the claim process has to be filed on the link given on the screen right now, which is claims.ftx.com. This is also the link mentioned on the email ID, which is same one here right on the screen right now, claims.ftx.com. So with these two things in mind, please be careful and let's move ahead with the step-by-step process of how to go about with the claim filing process. Once you click on that link, we will be the link also in the address bar right here. You will be reaching this website which lists down step by step ways for going out with the FTX customer claim. I'll read out some important information from here. It says FTX customer claim portal enables you to access your FTX account information, obtain historical information if necessary, which is important to check your crypto balance as on the bankruptcy date or the record date, and also more importantly submit an electronic proof of claim in the FTX chapter 11 proceeding. There are five steps that have to be followed. First is log into the customer claims portal. Second, confirm your email. Third, provide your KYC, which is know your customers. Fourth, review your account balance, which is the balance of crypto you held on the record date. And five, file your customer claim. So all these things have to be done before on or before 11th November 2000. Sorry, my mistake. On the date mentioned earlier, which is practically the end of September. Now, to proceed, you will have to select the platform to which you are a customer of. Most people staying within US would be customer of FTX US, that is FTX.us. I, however, stay outside of US and I was a customer of FTX.com. So I will click this link, which is I'll select this option, which is FTX.com. But you please select the platform that is most pertinent to you. I presume that most of the subsequent steps would be similar. So let's go ahead with the process. After selecting the appropriate drop down, click on get started. It'll take you to the next page where you have to put in your credentials. Now, one thing that these people have done very rightly is that they have added one extra layer of security. When you proceed with the login, you will be getting an verification email from FTX, which you have to click to proceed. So that's one extra layer of security. I had also opted for a Google Authenticator as a third layer of security earlier. If you had opted for such F2 2FA, that is second security level, you'll have to still follow the same process as was applicable to you back then. Well, for now, you have to put in your email, which could be anything. It could be your email at domain, whatever.com, and the password could be whatever password you have put. Once you have put in your email and password and 2FA, that is second authentication factor, if you have any, you will arrive at the current screen, which will ask you to click on the link, confirm email link. This is required as an additional verification by FTX to ensure that there is additional security for you. Click on this link and it will send a link to your email ID. You have to click on that link to proceed further. As you would see on the left side, it would show the steps that are currently done through. For example, authentication through email and password has already happened. This is the second step, which I'll be proceeding with through the email authentication by clicking the link on my email. That will take me to the subsequent steps, which is KYC, so on and so forth, as we'll see going forward. Well, clicking this link on the email takes you to the third step, which is KYC. As you can see on the screen, the first step and second step have a green tick mark against that, which implies verified. You can see the definitions on the right side of the screen. So I'm now at the third step, which is KYC. Clicking on this will take me to the KYC step, wherein I will have to populate my KYC details. This is essentially my key documents that I'd used for verification purposes at the time of onboarding the account. Well, step number three of this process is KYC. As I said just now, know your customers. There are certain explanations given on the page. You can read through it. Strongly recommend that you go through it. But for my purpose, what I am doing, it's up to you what you want to do. I'll scroll down to the bottom of the page where it says begin your KYC process. I'll click on this one and it'll take me to the KYC page. As you can see, a new tab has opened, which is asking for my identification verification, ID verification. It's taking some time, but as I mentioned some time back, not all these process have to be done in sequence. So even if your KYC is not completed, you can please go ahead and file for your claim also. That's very important. Please do not stop at any step because that particular step has not happened. Please proceed with the verification and eventually the claim filing on time. Do not the eventually you have to do everything, but do not stop for want of anything. But nonetheless, so this KYC page would start with the issuing country of your identification document. You can select one of them. Most options would be generally passport, driving license, ID card, etc. I'll select the relevant option, which is option that is relevant to me. You have option of taking photographs or uploading the document. I'm choosing the option of uploading documents for my convenience. Um, Once you have uploaded the documents or taken a photograph of that, whatever is convenient to you, it will ask you to take a selfie. Essentially, place your head in a circle in the camera, essentially a selfie, and also ask you to upload your address proof related document, maybe a 3 months old bank statement, credit card statement, or any similar document which is specified on that list. I'm not. Once you're done with that, your KYC process is complete and you can proceed to the next stage. Now, this does not necessarily have to go in the same sequence. Uh, so let's go to the third step where we can see the crypto balances that we had on the account as on the November of 2022, which is the amount of claim. Once we have verified this, we can go to fifth step, which is essentially filing of the claim. This is the most important step in the current status, in the current process. Of course, everything has to be done, but this is a very important step, and hence I'll be taking you in details as for what has to be done in this. Well, as you can clearly see, on step number three, they have mentioned specifically that customers are recommended to start their KYC before filing a claim. However, it is not mandatory for customers to have a verified KYC status in order to file a claim. So even if you are facing trouble in KYC, you can always come back and do it at a subsequent stage. However, right now we have seen the account balances, so we'll proceed directly for submission of claim. Step number five, which is very important. Let's see how it goes. When we click here, it shows you the details that has to be done. We will proceed with this carefully because this is the most important step in my opinion in the entire process, because this is what we are really aiming for to get some of our money back. So let's see how it goes in details now. Well, the most crucial stage, in my opinion, which is the claim status, which is explained herein. some details have been provided already. I would suggest that you read through it once. It is important that you read through all of it. But for my purpose, what I am doing is I'm just proceeding with file proof of claim, which is a link given at the bottom here. Once you click on it, it will take you to the next page, which wherein you have to file your claim. I would also recommend that you note down your cryptocurrency balances, which was on the given in the previous point number 3 earlier, and verify it with your own login or data that you had from previously, and then you can proceed with filing your claim status. For that, you have to come and click on the view claim schedule claim. Well, there's a different treatment for people who had earlier filed. And now there's some details that come out in here. Verify your detail. It shows your FTX account ID, schedule ID, so on and so forth. Simply click next. This will take you to schedule 19, which is essentially what you have to run through. I would suggest you read through it in details and uh, verify the amount of cryptocurrencies that you had in terms of fiat. If there's any loan, I had nothing alone. So in this, you get to provide. You can write down on. Do you want to add something? Do you want to add any other fiat not previously listed? In my case, it is no. It says, "Do you agree with the scheduled quantity?" Yes, I do agree. So you have to click yes here. The next line, anything I want to add? No, I have nothing to add, so I'll put no. It also asks you about loan fiat. Do you want to add any of the fiat not listed? No, in my case, no. There's nothing that I want to add. All details is correct in my case, so I'll proceed. However, of course, depends on your own status. I would not comment on that. That's your decision. You have to take. Subsequently, asserted crypto, which is essentially your crypto, which was on the exchange or which should have been on the exchange, which you are supposed to have owned. In that, I agree with the scheduled quantity. I'll click yes. It further gives you an option. Do you want to add any coins not listed here in previously? So I'll click no on that. There's nothing further I want to add. That brings me down further to loaned crypto. Well, I had not loaned any crypto, so I'll click no on that. Move forward. It talks about NFT. I had no NFTs on this platform, so I'll again click no. Nothing appears here. I'll click no and proceed. And finally, customer claims related to any other activity on FTX exchanges, which says, do you have customer claims related to any other activity on FTX exchange? Other activity would not include quantities of crypto, fiat, or NFT listed in the above table. In my case, which is no. So essentially, what you have to verify here, for most people who have not loaned anything, it was generally be verifying the balance that you had seen, that you had noted from your previous logins, or maybe on this on step number 3 and 4 in the previous slide. Verify if the amount is accurately appearing on the screen, and if you are agreeable, just tick on the respective yeses and the nos. Which is, if the for example, in the USD or the or maybe a crypto, say Bitcoin, if there is a scheduled quantity, there'll be a table. There'll be a radio box within the table for yes and no. You have to click yes there, and if you do not want to add for anything further, you have to click no on the subsequent radio button. It's fairly easy and intuitive when you look at it. Just click next, and that will take you to the next screen. It says, when you press accept schedule, you will receive an email from no reply dot e-filing at ra.kroll.com, ra.kroll.com. Please add this email to your allowed senders list. This email will contain an identification number confirming the receipt of your schedule acceptance. Just click accept schedule and proceed. This step is the conclusion of the of your claim filing process, and you'll get this confirmation which says, thank you for submission. We have If you have submitted an electronic proof of claim, you will receive a PDF copy of your claim along with supporting documents that you may have included as separate attachments, and your confirmation ID from the email that I spoke some time back. We have to accept this. We have to add this email to trusted senders, so that these don't go into spam. So this is very important. This would conclude the claim filing process, and which is very important. Subsequently, when you go back to the original screen, you would be able to see that your electronic claim filing would have been acknowledged in that page. Well, this is short and complete, and on the left side also you can see the various stages are noted to have been completed, complete, and also you'll get an email confirmation towards that. So this is very simple, fairly intuitive. It might seem a little difficult, and it is important that you know all the steps upfront, so that as I said, if for example in KYC, if we have logged in but not submitted a document, when you log in a second time, you don't get the option of submitting the documents again. However, there's an email to which you can drop an email. I have not heard of anybody getting a response from that. Maybe because I'm pretty sure the team is pretty would have been overwhelmed by the number of cases they'll be getting. But I'm sure that they're working on it, because I have heard of people whose emails have been addressed in terms of rectified, the problems rectified, but of course no responses received by them. Nonetheless, fairly simple. I think you should go ahead. Very few days left for this process now, and conclude it surely before 29th of September, on or before 29th of September. Please, but please do not wait for the last day, because if there are any glitches, you would hardly have any time for doing anything further. I hope you liked the video. I hope it was helpful for you. I could not find anything relevant which was helpful for me. So I hope I have been able to help some people. If you like the video, please like it. If you found it useful, please like the video. Subscribe to my channel, so that that will encourage me to keep posting more useful videos for everybody. If you have any suggestions, queries, or any inputs that I might have missed on, please put it in comment. So that I'll certainly be reading through all the comments and replying to all each one of you. It will also help everybody else who, just like you, might have been following the sequence on video on YouTube, to how to go ahead and file if the claim for FTX. Please make sure to be on time. Do not wait for the last minute, and go ahead and file your claim for FTX. So I hope you like this step-by-step video for step-by-step of how to file your FTX claim in Chapter 11 case. Thank you so much. Please like and subscribe. See you. Bye bye.